Hey everyone, back again here. This time I'm going to be showing you how to use if and else statements, or if else, or just an else statement on top of the if. We're going to start off with another blank page again here. As you can see, I already have one pulled open called basics4.php. We're going to start off with our normal PHP tags. Now with this if statement, there's multiple ways that you can build your if statement for the statement that needs to be inside the parentheses. In this case, I'm going to show you kind of a couple ways of comparing size along with comparing if this is true or if this is false. So let's get started here. So first off, we're going to start with just an if. We're not going to define any variables yet, since I just want to kind of show you how to break down your if and what goes and where. There's a couple ways that you can do an if. There's a short statement or long statement. Right now I'm just going to show you the basics of a normal if for you. All are possible, you just have to know how to use them. So starting off, I have an if. I do my if and then a left parentheses. Now inside my parentheses, I need to set a statement. So in this case, I'm going to say if this number is bigger than this number, do the statement. So we're going to say if 10 is greater than 5 in this case, and then I'm going to do a curly bracket. I don't know the name, sorry, off the top of my head. And then in curly bracket. Now inside the space between the two curly brackets is where you set what you want it to do. So if 10 is greater than 5, what do I want it to do? In this case, I'm going to say echo, yes, 10 is greater than 5. There we go. And then I'm going to go over here and just kind of show you how this if statement pops up here. Yes, 10 is greater than 5. So what happens if it wasn't greater than 5? So we would set an else statement. And we're going to go echo 10, no, 10 is smaller than 5. Now, the issue about this is the else statement is not going to work because 10 is always greater than 5 no matter what. So we're going to actually do a little trick here, and then this time what we're doing to find a variable, and I'm going to kind of show you what this random function does. So we're going to go random num is what I'm going to name this variable. We're going to use a function called random. It requires two parameters, the smallest number to the biggest number. So I'm going to go, it can be from 5, 15. So it can be, the random number can be either 5 or all the way up to 15. And then I need a semicolon to end that. Now the next statement is, since I still have a comparison of 10 to 10 is greater than 5, I need to replace this 5 with the variable random number. So we're going to replace that here. And then just make sure our sentence structure looks correctly here. We're just going to replace that. Alright, so now we have a random number that can be generated from 5 to 15. So it can be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, so on. And it's always going to be comparing it afterwards if 10 is greater than the random number. Do this first step, else do the second step. So we're just going to go right here and click refresh here. So I got an 8, so that is less than 10. Refresh again. Oh, now I got 12. 12 is greater than 10, so it runs the second statement. Let's just refresh this a couple of times. 14, still greater than 10. And then finally, yes, okay, I got 6. So that means my 6 is less than 10. So that's the basic comparison of two numbers. Now, what happens if we want to check see if a string is set? I kind of showed this in the previous for an array, but just kind of show you how that works. If is set, we're going to make up something random here. Let's do a get here, so I can show you how to use a get here a little bit. And I'll go in more detail on a get. So, in my if statement, I have my is set. So, if parentheses is set parentheses. So that means I have two parentheses set up. Then I use a get. Now, a get is basically the parameters you sent into the URL. It's everything after that question mark, or it has ampersands splitting up each variable. In this case, we're going to go toy. And all I'm checking is if it sets. And then I need to end it with two parentheses. So if I started with two, so I had one parentheses, and that made it set, and I needed another parentheses to set it's what I'm trying to check, and then another parentheses and another parentheses. So sorry if I said a lot of another parentheses. I meant 2 to start it, 2 to end it. Then I have my curly bracket, and then my ending curly bracket. Now what do I want it to do if toy is set? I want it to echo out what toy is. So we're going to go echo toy is. And we're going to do another get here because we know it's set, so we're not going to get an error off of this. There we go. Now I'm going to be showing you how to use a get, and I don't go in a lot of detail in this tutorial but to kind of show you how it's going, so I'm looking for get. And get, you're not going to see anywhere in the URL. You're actually going to be looking for toy, which is a variable from the get. In this case, right now, I have nothing being pushed to the get. And the way you're going to do that is right here. You're going to go question mark, toy is equal to, let's make up something. Tonka. What's a Tonka toy, I guess? Tonka truck, something. You can say Tonka truck if you wanted to. If I click enter, okay, well, I didn't set a space here, but it says toy is Tonka truck. So it actually found this variable, which with the get, right here, and then place what was in the details, or what information was in that variable from the get. Now, I need to actually break those down in a line here, so let's just do an echo here. Alright, so let me just make sure that's on a separate line here. Okay, so our first check is our random number. Our second check is checking to see if that variable is there. Now, there's another if statement that you can use. It's not just an else, it's an else if. That means if the first statement doesn't work, go to this next statement. If that works, then do that. Else, do the last statement. Well, in this case, I'm not done doing else yet. I'm actually just going to do an else if. We're going to go is set get, and we're going to set, let's say I did a toy. Let's do a car. Okay, car. As you notice, I didn't actually do anything special other than else if, one word, onto here. Then I did another is set and checked for another get variable. Now I'm going to show you how to do multiple get variables, but remember, I'm going to go into more details in that later. So we're going to go echo car is a, oh, I can't spell, is a, so let's get, and let's get our car here. Okay, so if it's toy, then display toy. If it's car, display car. So I'm going to go right here, and I'm just going to change this to car. What type of car? Mustang. Okay, so now it says car is a Mustang. So that means I checked the first statement. There's no variable of toy set for the get. Then I checked the second statement, which is car. Car was set, so it displayed it. Now, say if I didn't set anything, let's just remove this whole ending part. All you're going to get is the first part, which is my random number generated and checked. Now, what happens if I have both of those parameters here? With this else if and else if statement, it only goes from the first if. If that's found, then stop there. If it finds the second statement, stop there, and so on. Whenever you use an if, else, if, and else. So let's go right here. Let's go toy, and we're going to set Tonka truck. Now, to split up these variables, I'm going to use an ampersand sign. It's and sign for those that don't know. So I have an and sign, car equals Mustang, real quick. It only stopped at Tonka truck. That means just because toy is defined first in my ifs, it's going to stop there. And I just want to kind of show you that. Now, if I mess up on toy and I just made it toy 1, enter, it's going to instantly go to car because there's no variable of toy. Now, what happens if none of those variables are set? We're going to use an else here. Back to the same thing as the first one. If the first statement isn't found, then an else means do this otherwise. So we're just going to go echo no car or toy variable found in get. Oops, set my parameter wrong. So my first statement's going to be if toy is set, display. If not, then try the next statement. Is car set? No. Okay, then let's try the next statement. So that'll be our last statement here. So I have toy 1, car 1. So if I just refresh here, kind of just show you, nothing changed because I have at least one of the variables defined. Now if I remove car and set car 1 here, boom, no car or toy variable found in get. That means I'm checking to make sure if it's set or not. And that's very useful in this case. Same thing would happen if I didn't even set any of those parameters on here. I just went to basic for.php. I'm going to get no car or toy variable set. And it's a great way to verify that and everything. That's basically the rundown of an if statement. There's other ways. So I did an is set. So let's go basic variable here. Give me a second here. H1 variable from get. I want to kind of make this easier to find for you guys. displayed. And then, okay, so let's do one more if statement. Let me go if one. Okay, so what we're going to do is check see if a variable is empty. Checking if it's empty means the variable might be defined, but there's nothing in it. If there's something in it, do the statement. What I'm going to be doing is both. I'm going to be showing you how to check if it is true or if it's false here. So, h1, empty statement check. As you notice, I'm typing these out. I'm not going to tell you how to do these because it's all basic HTML, and this is supposed to be more of a PHP tutorial. So let's define our first variable. We're going to go variable string. Now I did variable string, but I didn't set anything in it. That means it should be counted as empty. The variable is defined, but nothing is there. So if I go an if statement, now this is going to be using another parameter called empty, or another function called empty. Empty will turn true or false in this case. So what variable do I want to check? I'm going to check my variable string. So what the statement right now is currently saying, if this statement is blank, do something. So echo my string is empty. So let's see if this worked here. Click refresh. So we have our random number, we have our variable get, no car, and then empty statement check. My string is empty. So that means this string is empty right here. Now another check that you can do if it's not empty is do an if. So we're going to actually add something to our variable here. So let's go variable string dot equal. That means add on to this variable. And I'm going to add on yay text. Okay, let's do an echo br here. I just want to make sure this is on a new line for us. Alright, so using the same statement I have before, I'm going to add the exclamation mark before empty. That means it means reverse of what's received. So we're currently empty returns false, or returns true when a variable is empty. So if you do a reverse of true, it will instantly come out false. So if it said it was false and you said an exclamation in front, it means it's going to be true. So it's just flip-flopping. And it makes it easier than making a whole new function just to check if something has something in it. So we're going to go exclamation empty. Now I'm going to call my variable again, variable string. Doop. Now we're going to go echo my variable is set with doop. And let's just call it a variable string just so it outputs the data for you. There we go. So what this is checking is going to be, so if empty, it's not going to be empty in this case. It's going to have yeah text. So this is going to instantly turn out false. But with the exclamation in front, it's going to flip that on you. So if you go refresh, it's going to go my variable is set with yeah text. Now say if that was the opposite here. We're going to go right here. We're going to make that blank. We're going to make it equal. So we're going to redefine that variable. We're going to say, yeah. You should not get any output because I have no else statements in this case. So if I refresh, it's blank underneath. That's when the else statements come in case, oh, that doesn't have anything in it. Well, we better do something else here. And you might not need it all the time, but unless that variable is needed, then you might need to. My string has text. Now, I'm not worried if that's capitalized. And then we're done going else right here. And it doesn't have to be on the same line. You can actually do the else like this. Doop. You can go echo, nothing, found. Doop. So, boom, boom. Now I get my else's here. So my string has text in it. Since I set text, right here I redefine it where it has nothing in it. So nothing was found. And I hope that helps out with if statements. If you have any questions, leave a comment down below. Like the video if you think it's helpful. And subscribe if you want to keep up to date with any of these tutorials. Thank you very much. And I hope you guys have a good day. Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please leave a comment or like below. If you want to keep up with all activities on the channel, click subscribe. And if you would like to watch another video, there's some videos listed down below here. And thanks for watching.